If you were born in the early 90s, like I was, Saturday mornings were a brilliant time of day, and any morning, because you were allowed to watch Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon, Fox Kids as well. Do you ever wonder why we never got to see side characters' faces, like the parent, you know, the assistant from Powerpuff Girls?
Nope, not even once.
Lotion, Kleenex, incognito mode. These are the ingredients to create the perfect night at home. Until Professor Utonium accidentally introduced Cast to Family Room TV.
It was an accident.
Good day, Miss Bellum. How is every little thing?
And no dick jokes.
Pencil go snap.
It's too late to apologize.
Let me help you with that.
You know, I think we all learned something today. Miss Bella!
Is a dirty
Gold-digging whore.
Why would you do that?
If you were born in the early 90s, like I was, Saturday mornings were a brilliant time of day, and any morning, because you were allowed to watch Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon, Fox Kids as well. Do you ever wonder why we never got to see side characters' faces, like the parent, you know, the assistant from Powerpuff Girls?
Nope, not even once.
Hello, Mayor. Let me help you with that.
God, that brings back like old memories. That does. So I swear, like back then, when you saw that episode when she did that to the mayor, is that when it awoken something that little can't do?
Then something just snapped. Something inside of me.
That's what television does.
It was very strange to think that was for a kids show. Actually, cast your mind back to the simpler times of Saturday mornings. Cartoons, have you ever noticed something odd about the characters? I mean, aside from the fact they were regularly made up of talking animals, impossible proportion humans, or generally magical beings. Yeah, look at remember Ed, Edd and Eddy? Look at the portions they had. It was like me thinking I was Eddie, but in reality, I was Ed.
Now eat your mattress. Yum!
Good Lord, man!
What kind of fucked up message is that?
Yeah, you ever wondered about that? Like back when I was little, I used to. I used to always wonder what did they look like. Like, what did the Powerpuff Girls mayor's assistant look like, Miss Bella?
Miss Bella!
But you never got to see them. So there was all this expectation of ooh, who is it? What could they look like? Talk about Powerpuff Girls. I know, I'm a male, I know. But when I was little, I didn't give a shit if I was boy or girl. It was a fun show to watch. I'm a man enough to say it. What we do? There was this sort of weird theory going on. The female half of the DNA that the professor uses to make the girls is actually Miss Bella's. And she's basically their mother. But that just makes it really weird because of that scene that with the seductive part.
Let me help you with that.
So yeah, you ever wondered that like what were your theories about this? Mine were mostly to do with it must be to do they couldn't think of a good face to put to the voice, or they ran out of budget. You know, stuff like that. That's what I would have thought. No matter how many times you might have watched Tom and Jerry, Cow and Chicken, or the Powerpuff Girls. Let's start with Tom and Jerry. The mischievous pair were always running around the house causing havoc, much to the dismay of Mama Tushu.
Thomas! Man, that mouse sure did get demobilized.
The character would regularly scold Tom for his anger, but we only ever saw the bottom of her leg. Yeah, that's what we saw. That actually makes sense of the reason why I think a lot of people have foot fetishes nowadays.
Come here, I'm gonna kiss your feet.
Oh, that's probably true actually. Now on to Cow and Chicken. There's not enough time in the world to get into the question of why two animals were siblings living in a house rather than a farm. So let's just jump straight into the parents, which were even more confusingly human. Yeah, the parents were human, but they were a cow and chicken. We never saw their faces, but we saw two pairs of legs, one dressed in a spotted skirt and one wearing green trousers. It probably wouldn't have been all surprising to learn that the upper halves were a cow and a chicken, but probably never know for sure.
I guess we'll never know.
No, the truth is, they're just legs. There's like an image of it. Oh, well, I saw an image of it. It's just their legs, and then there's another image of their upper bodies coming to visit. Yeah. Finally, we have the Powerpuff Girls.
Lotion, Kleenex, incognito mode. These are the ingredients to create the perfect night at home. Until Professor Utonium accidentally introduced Cast to Family Room TV.
It was an accident.
We saw a few humans in this cartoon, especially given the main characters were magical little girls themselves, but one person we never got a good look at was Miss Bellum, the mayor's secretary and deputy.
Good day, Miss Bellum. How is every little thing?
And no dick jokes.
Pencil go snap.
Here, let me help you with that.
We saw the majority of Miss Bellum's, but her large red hair always covered her face, but making it an enigma to the viewers. So now we come to the real question. Why did we never see the faces? Well, there's a few explanations. Given that so many of these cartoons were focused on the animals or kids, they often presented from an animals or kids perspective, meaning if they were looking straight ahead, they only see the lower half of their adults rather than the face. Yeah, just think about how much time cats spent twirling themselves around your leg. Tom didn't need to know what Mama Two Shoes' face looked like. He just needed to know when she was storming into the room so he could try to get out or whatever mess he was in. It wasn't his mess though, it was bloody Jerry because he's an asshole.
What an asshole.
Another reason for keeping faces out of the frame is because the characters didn't always make regular appearances, meaning there was rarely a need for the cartoonists to create entire looks for them, only for them to just be used once or twice. That's very, very true. It's just making it easy on themselves. By hiding certain faces, it kept the focus on the stars of the show and allowed for storytelling that was even more simple to follow. It also meant that the creators could easily change. By hiding certain faces, it kept the focus on the stars, as I said at the beginning of the video, focus on the stars, there's not as many characters. So, and also it's easier, makes it easier on the cartoonists to draw out what's happening. Some of these characters' faces did get a brief bit of time in a spotlight in 1 or 2 episodes, and I'm taking a couple of seconds if they were lucky. So if you were a very devoted fan, you might have vague ideas of the features. All in all though, they remain hidden, and now we know.
You know, I think we all learned something today. Miss Bellum
Is a gold digger. Dirty hoe.
Thing?
Here, let me help you with that.
Why would you do that?